showtime. Woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. Silent and profiling. Woo, woo, it's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, buddy? Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day.
I know. Happy Labor Day, man. Definitely. How'd you enjoy your long weekend?
Oh, I've enjoyed it a lot. I've done a lot of relaxing, I did some prep work, I'm going on a trip for for work. But other than that, I've been doing wonderful.
Good, brother. Are you ready for football, man? It's here.
Yes, we're 3 sleeps away.
I know, my God, man. It felt like this day was never going to come, this week, whatever. And my God, dude, I'm so excited, bro. I don't know what to say. I am buckled in. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be a hell of a ride this season. And I know I say it, I was excited for last season, 100%. I'm excited for every Buffalo Bills season, but this one is just, you could feel it, man. Right? Like the Phil Collins song, right? You could feel it in the air tonight, man. I hope that song is playing in the locker room when these guys are getting ready to go out and SoFi Stadium.
Not in Josh's. We don't need.
No, he's playing. What is he playing? Elvis or
listen? Something to keep him mellow. We don't need him.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Hype up Josh. That's all right.
The rest of them, put in the rest of their headphones and let them get all hyped up for the game. It's gonna be exciting.
Yep. Antonio came in at 11 a.m. So I figured I'll still show your chat, show you some love until you maybe come back or you see it later. So go Bills, you rock. Thank you. And yes, go Bills. And yes, I love this team. We do too, brother. So let's get to some NFL news real quick.
Okay.
Let's start with our backup quarterback from last season, Mitch Trubisky. He was named starter, so he is officially the starter and team captain. Mikey, your thoughts?
Oh, I'm a little surprised he was named team captain, to be perfectly honest, as they drafted a first-round QB who was fighting him for the job, who's actually number 3 on their depth chart. Happy for Mitchie. He seemed like a good guy, team guy. I thought he was done wrong with that coaching staff. He was put, they won a lot of games with him as the quarterback, and he got blamed. He was the scapegoat for a lot of what went wrong. He didn't double doink a playoff miss,
Right.
And so, I'm happy for him. He seems happy over there. He's going to be the starter. He's going to be a team captain, which means he probably has a longer leash than one would think with the first round QB on the roster. They don't tend to bench your team captains. So good for Mitch.
It's actually a smart decision by Pittsburgh to have Mitch start the year and have the young guys sit.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I really wish Josh came in initially with a Mitch Trubisky, you know what I mean? Like a veteran kind of quarterback where no problems, you know what I mean? The fans get it. This guy's not going to totally suck. He's going to, he's a good quarterback. He's going to win some games or whatever. So he's in a good pickings. He's in a good spot, man. Trust me, there's no way he's mad about not starting. He's going to be able to see Mitch do his thing. And listen, even if next season, let's say Mitch has a good year or close to a good year, whatever. Listen, if they goes to Kenny the next year, Mitch will get traded off somewhere and be a starter somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I think this is a win-win for both the starter and Pickens. Raleigh Towel, man. My buddy is coming in, man. Tough matchup week 1. Yes, it is.
Yeah, they get the Bengals.
By the way, guys, real quick, Raleigh Towel Sports, man. Great guys, dude. Go to their channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, show these dudes some love. They're also on Wednesday nights at 8:30 on Mafia Sports Report and Raleigh Towel. So support them, man. They do a lot of fun things over there. I don't know if you ever watched them, Mike. You ever watch Raleigh Towel, man? On Wednesdays? Yeah, man. They're
I'm in the chat.
Bro, they had a comedian on Wednesdays. Freaking dude. I was in my car before I went to work laughing my ass off, bro. It's so funny. If you guys missed it, check it out, man. I was laughing my ass off. Chris coming in. We going back to Cali. Cali, yes. You see, that's why I put that in there, because guess who else is going back to Cali? I don't think so. Who is it, Mikey? Who's going
Von
back
Miller.
to Cali?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. But Von, it's Miller time, man. It is Miller time. And I remember somebody in the chat a couple weeks ago, I forget who it was, maybe Scott Blakely, came in and said, is he going to play to 100%? Like Von Miller going to give it his all because he's going to get former teammates? 100% he is. 100%. He's geared up. Like, I'm sure he still loves those guys. He loves the coach, loves AD, all them. But he wants to win, and he has a purpose. He came here for one thing, and that's to win a Super Bowl. So, yeah, man. So anyways, moving on real quick. Zach Wilson, who had it looked like a bad injury at first, but it wound up being just like a little sprain or something like that.
Meniscus tear. Had surgery.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. But he may be a go for week 1. So that's pretty good news for the Jets. Though I'm not a big fan of Zach Wilson. I'm just not a fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan. What's your thoughts on Zach Wilson?
I don't know what to think is that. I don't know what to make of him. Like, he had a lot of hype coming out of college. Mm-hmm. I didn't see what everyone else saw. He makes a lot of those off-platform throws that Josh and Mahomes and things like that made in college.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't impressed by him last year.
I know his mother's friend's impressed.
That's a cheap shot, buddy. That's a cheap shot.
Hey, Wilson. I mean, he has no preference. He goes old, young. He don't give a shit. Coming in real quick, the angry Buffalo sports fan. Delusional Jets fans think Joe Flacco is going to beat the Ravens week 1. They're not going to beat him if they had Flacco or Zach Wilson. I don't think it matters either way.
Zach Wilson will be able to run.
But I would be shocked. Either one. Baltimore's a better team. Though I'm not fearful of I don't think Baltimore's gonna go deep if
Baltimore
they make the playoffs.
Good defense. They have a good defense.
But their offense is what worries me.
Lamar,
on that team. If I'm a fan, it's Lamar. Yeah, well, they got a good tight end.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews, he's a solid tight end, but that's all they got.
But even the running backs, J.K. Dobbins isn't ready yet. Gus Edwards isn't ready yet. They signed Kenyon Drake to be, and he's only been there for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, I guess, and we don't know what their offensive line is going to be.
Hey, you leave Sam Darnold alone. That's Josh's best friend. Damn it. All right, so moving on to some hometown. Yeah, so hometown news. Dawson Knox returns to practice. They talked with him a little bit about his brother. He thanked Bill's Mafia. He said this is something that, he needed, to come back to like get his mind back, and it's actually helping him cope with everything that's going on. So it's good to see Dawson back, man, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. The other thing is Spencer Brown. He's a full go. He is ready to go, and he is starting. He's going to be the starter.
He's on the depth chart as starter week 1.
Yeah, which we will show in a minute. And Jordan Poyer is looking good in practice. So he is ready to go. So we have a full team ready to go, except for, as obviously we know, Trey White. And who else was it, Mikey, that was besides Trey that may not play on the starter list? I think that's it, correct?
Trey went on the pup. Bucker went on the pup.
Well, we know Bucker.
Yeah.
Bucker wasn't a starter.
And then Smith was suspended for 6 games, and Stevenson went on IR.
Right. But other than that, I'm talking about starters.
Just Trey. Starters. Trey was the only one that isn't going to be there.
Okay. So, I mean, guys, that's really, I mean, it sucks with Trey, 100%, but I told you guys, I prepared you guys. Don't get so excited about him starting week 1.
I don't listen to you, buddy. I don't listen to you.
But you guys should. From now on, listen to everything I say. No, but for real, I did kind of throw the warning out. But, I get it, Mikey. I do, because as any sports fan, basketball, baseball, you want your guy to return. You're hoping for the best. And, you hear some good news that he's doing, on track. And that means automatically week 1, I'm like, hey, slow your roll. And, but you know what? Either way, he's going to be back. And that's the good part, right?
Yeah.
And they could have put him on IR, right? Put him on a pup. He'll miss the 4. So who knows? We'll see what happens. I think he might be back, like you were saying. Maybe he'll see a little action in week 6, like a little bit, just to kind of get him in there. And then we have the bye, and then he comes back in a full week 8, ready to go. You know what I mean? He got knocked the rust off, got a little playing time week 6. What's your thoughts on that? On the Trey?
Honestly, I don't want to see him before week 6. I want a fully healthy Trey. He hasn't started practicing yet. He won't practice until week 5 at the earliest, like the game week leading into week 5 is when we can pull him off. And then I want him to get at least 2 weeks of practicing before we see any kind of game thing, so he can get back into football shape. I would love to see him in week 6 for a little bit, for maybe give him 30% of the snap shares just to shake off some of the rust. But if we don't see him until week 8, I'm okay with that too.
100%. Oh, real quick, Mikey, I almost forgot. I want to say congratulations, and I don't really watch tennis much, but I happened to turn on ESPN today. Jessica Pegula's on there kicking some ass, and I said, "Oh, look at this girl!" And she dominated, and she moved on to the quarterfinals in the U.S. Open. So congratulations! And they even mentioned our Buffalo Bills, and she asked, the reporter asked or whatever, and it was a pretty cool moment. There were some cheers in the stands.
When she because she walks up and signs the camera a lot.
I know, Bills mom.
She always signs her name, and then writes "Go Bills" at the bottom.
Yeah, Go Bills. Yep. So pretty cool, man. So I wish her the best. I hope she, it seems like she's starting to get better and better. I think it showed her ranking was 8th or something like that. So pretty good, because I know a quick nugget
on Jessica. She is actually, I read an article on Bleacher Report that she has the most major wins outside of the number 1 ranked player in tennis. She has the second most wins in majors. In like the last 4 years or something like that. She's definitely worked her way up. I know she's in the top 10 now of the world rankings.
Yeah. No, I think it said 8. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. But congratulations, and hope she gets to the finals. So let's move on to the depth chart. It was I'll show you guys here. I can barely read that.
Unfortunately, I can't make it any bigger.
Okay, so you can read it though. So he'll read it for us. So go ahead and give us that official Buffalo Bills.
So our quarterbacks are Josh Allen. Surprise. Does that surprise anybody that he's the starter? And then our second team is Case Keenum. Barkley is our practice squad. Running backs, it goes Singletary first string, Moss second string, Cook third string, and then Taiwan Jones is actually listed as a running back, even though we know he doesn't ever play running back. He's a special teams only guy. Does it surprise you that Cook was listed third?
No.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay.
No. I actually, it's funny because I put him. I have the new Madden, by the way. It's the same Madden as last season.
Surprise. The updated rosters.
But I actually put in my own depth chart Cook in third. I just think because I felt like that's how it's going to go. And before this depth chart even came out, I just feel like Moss will be that number 2. That doesn't mean, though, Cook won't see action. And, which we'll get to in a little bit, Ken Dorsey spoke about the James Cook situation, what role he'll play. But continue with the depth chart.
Okay. Then fullback Gilliam, our tight ends Knox, Morris, and then third string Sweeney. Does it surprise you that Morris is tight end too?
No, because Sweeney is not very good. It surprises me Sweeney's on the roster, right? Like that surprises me.
Do you think he'll be a game day inactive?
Who? Sweeney?
100%. Okay.
100%. You have to. Okay. There's far. Does he play special teams?
Sweeney, he started playing special teams this year.
So he's a newbie at it. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll for sure not probably be suited up.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay. And then our receivers, our starting receivers, Diggs, Davis, and McKenzie. Our second is Shakir is actually listed behind Diggs. Crowder's listed behind McKenzie, and Kumaro is listed behind Davis. My guess is Shakir is number 4, Crowder's number 5, Kumaro's number 6 is my guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Kumaro's going to be special teams. That's all he's there for. He's
blocking.
Yeah. Other than that, you're not going to see. He's not going to be any focal point of any design
game.
Right. Yeah. Right. No, it's just not.
Then
maybe week 18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll see
when we're sitting everybody.
Right.
And then for the line, it's Dawkins, Saffold, Morris, Bates, and Brown. Our projected 5 from the offseason that we thought it was going to be.
Yep.
With the backups is Doyle at left tackle, Hart at left guard, Van Rotten at center, Van Rotten at right guard, and Quessenberry at right tackle. So, they had to put them somewhere, and we didn't have, enough linemen to, we didn't have 10, we only had 9. So Van Rotten gets slotted at right guard and backup center. Right. And then moving on down to our defense. The defense, actually, there was no surprises here. I mean, maybe one. Rousseau, Oliver, Daquan, Von Miller, Milano, Edmonds, Trell Bernard as the third linebacker.
Yes, rookie. That over Dotson.
Over Dotson.
Right? Yeah. That was I actually missed that, and I looked again today at the depth chart. And I'm like, because I was like, something had to stand out here besides there was something. Oh, the Brown thing. So I'm like, okay.
Bernard as slated in as the LB3.
Yeah. Well,
and then Elam and Jackson, Poyer and Hyde, which no surprise. So outside of the starters, Bernard, and really he's not a starter, but because really Teron Johnson is the other starter.
Right.
And then the backups, Boogie and AJ for the DNs with Shaq as the third team D end. Phillips and Settle. So it's what we thought our D line was going to be. Yep. Spectre is actually slotted behind Milano, and then Dodson's slotted at the two middle and weak side linebacker slot. Okay. So. Spectre will only play. You would call him, linebacker, 5? Really?
Yep.
And then Cam Lewis is slotted as the nickelback behind Teron Johnson. Benford's behind Elam. Neal is behind Dane. And then Daquan and Hamlin back up our safeties. Then obviously our special teams. We have Bass, Martin's the holder.
Right.
Shakir's our punt returner. Crowder's behind him, which kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't see Crowder taking any preseason returns. And then Isaiah's the kickoff. James Cook is out there with him. And then Ferguson's our long snapper. So
okay, so that's another thing that kind of stood out to me, the James Cook with McKenzie back there.
It doesn't surprise me.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. But I also didn't see it in preseason. Him return a kick,
Yeah, he was the opening kickoff returner. The first game.
I don't think he get a return. Did he?
Yeah,
I don't recall.
Yeah, okay. And you said I don't want to see him do that again because he ran it out, got hit, and fell down.
That's right. You're right. However, McKenzie will lead the role. But what I like about it is you can kind of design if you want to get a little flashy at times, not all the time, but you could do a little trickery back there with Cook and McKenzie because they're both speed burners. So I don't mind having two guys that have that speed back there. Though
No,
Cook needs to be careful and not do it.
Well, you also have to remember he was doing this without a lot of the first team blockers out there too. A lot of those guys that first game didn't even suit up.
Yeah,
Mikavich and Jones and Neal and a lot of our guys that normally, like a lot of some of the linemen, didn't even suit up. So he was out there returning with backups.
Yeah. What do you think about Dallas coming in and saying, "I have a feeling Shakir is
I
going to
love
get a
it.
touchdown Thursday night"?
I love that. I have a feeling he's going to be sneaky good too, and it's going to be a big play, whether it's a touchdown, whether it's a key first down. You know, the kid is smooth.
Yeah, and he has great hands, man. Like he has really good hands. Like I think he'll make obviously more noise in the future for us. This year, I
can
still
get
think
a handful of week one plays.
I think he'll get I think the whole season. I think he's going to get some. He'll get some action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a whole bunch, but he's definitely going to be up there the following season. You're going to see his reps get more and more and more because,
like Davis,
I think they really believe in him, and I believe, man, from what I've seen, he looks.
He's
really
playing the Davis role this year,
right?
He's going to play the Davis role this year, and then next year he'll fight for a starting spot with McKenzie, because Crowder's only here 1 year, so he'll probably fight with McKenzie for that slot job.
Yeah. Did you watch Leslie Frazier's conference today or no?
I did not.
Okay, so I watched a little bit. So he touched base on Kyer Elam and Christian Benford, and he said he's going to mix it up with them. So even though Elam is starting, from what he's saying there, it looks like Benford is going to see pretty good time. And they're probably going to go back and forth with the two. If I had to guess what that means, mix it up. I mean, what's your take on that?
It was what we talked about the other night when we read the depth chart came out. We both said we thought that they would see time. It wouldn't surprise me if you see Benford and Elam on the field together without Dane Jackson in a time or two.
Yeah. Wow.
With Trey not being there, locking down one of those roles, I can see a lot of rotation between the three guys because Dane Jackson is a fantastic zone corner. He's not the best man corner, and Benford and Elam are both better man corners than zone corners. So if they're going to run a man defense randomly, I can see them sticking those two guys out there, different ways. I mean, I think they're both going to be out there. I think you're going to see a lot of, mixing and matching and running different things. I wouldn't be surprised to see all four of them out there, and running a dime set.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to, I definitely think he's going to mix it up. And it's good. It brings a different look, to be honest with you. So their offense is going to have to really, or whoever, the receiver is going to have to get used to a different type of DB guarding them. So, but I will say this about both of them. They are both physical corners.
Yeah.
Which I love, man. I absolutely love that, man. Real quick, coming in, Chris says Basham, Miller, Rousseau, Oliver all get a sack. What you think, man? You think they all get a sack?
That's gonna be awesome. Yes. I'm not sure Basham. I think Miller, Rousseau, and Oliver all get sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I would also I would replace Basham with Phillips or Settle.
Yeah, I like that too. I agree with Mike.
I love Basham. I do. I just don't think he's gonna have the high, and he may get a sack. If he gets a sack, it's going to be based off of someone else pushing them into him and him cleaning it up, I would believe, rather than him all out winning. But every time I see Tim Settle play, that guy just he has so much energy. And
I just can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see that new line play.
I know.
We didn't really get. We didn't get. We didn't get to see anything, And I know they all. I'm just excited for it. It's not that I'm like, man, I hope they do good. I know I know they're going to do good. I just can't wait to see it, like, finally the real
all
deal.
together.
Yeah,
because we saw them all in preseason, but we didn't see them all together in preseason.
Correct. Right. Exactly. So that's I can't wait for that. Now, speaking of James Cook, real quick.
Yeah.
So Ken Dorsey had an interview today. They also on a presser.
Mhm.
They asked him about James Cook role, and he says it depends on the flow of the game. So, I mean, what I get from that is just exactly what he says. It's going to depend on how the defense is coming attacking our offense, right? I think he's, like I told you, I think earlier in the offseason, I think they're going to use Cook as just like one of those. He's going to be more of a passing back. I think he's going to be more in passing downs, but I think they're going to use him in like odds, like they're going to use him in more trickery situations, more of like jet sweep, stuff like that. I think they're going to just put him out to receiver as a fifth receiver. Yes, more of a gadget guy. I see him as jet sweep motions. I see him as a lot. I can see him also back there. I see him back with Devin Singletary on a 2-set back with a little trickery as well. So I think they're going to use him more as a gadget guy the first season. I'm not saying he won't get touches as a running back. I just see him being more as a, receiver, and then also like a gadget guy. You get what I mean? Yeah. Like they're going to just kind of like mix it up with him and just kind of throw defenses off. I think that's what they're going for with him. And then maybe next season, I think they'll see if he's ready for that to take on that RB1 role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I read into that response is he isn't in line for a lot of touches, like from a running back perspective.
Right.
He'll see how the game flows. If we need to, if we're not running the ball very well, he probably won't see a ton because that means Moss and Singletary are probably going to be doing most of the work. Right. However, if we aren't running the ball very well and we have to throw, you're going to see Cook more than you're going to see if we were running the ball well, because then we're going to be throwing him out there in passing situations. That's how I read that.
Correct. Ken Dorsey also said that it is helpful that Von Miller knows the offense of the Rams, but that we're still going to obviously rely on our offense to handle their business on that side of things. So, but it's funny that he said that because it is true. It is.
He knows the offense and the defense.
Correct. So that's funny. And then the team captains came out, by the way.
Yes.
Nine of them, Mikey. So I don't know what we normally have, but I don't remember having nine last season.
We did.
Did we? Wow.
Yes.
I don't recall that. Okay.
The special teams captains weren't quite as weren't talked about, and they don't go out to flip the coin very much.
Okay.
So they talk about that. They said you only see like 3 of them go out, and very rarely do the special teams guys go out. So the captains are on offense, Allen Diggs and Mitch Morris. On defense, Vaughn, Tremaine, Micah, and Jordan. And then on special teams, it's Matakevich and Tywan Jones.
And Mitch Morris, too. You got Mitch Morris, too, in there, right?
Yep. Josh Diggs and Mitch Morris on offense.
And then you got Bobby Hart in there as well.
No.
Our 10th special.
Stop it. Stop it.
He's our special captain.
Stop it. I don't want you to say his name again. I don't want to hear about it. He can stay on the bench.
Golly, man.
Be our cheerleader.
So, yeah, Von Miller being a team captain first season with us, I don't mind it at all.
I like it. What that tells me is he's bought in, and the players believe he's bought in.
Yeah, and he's, obviously he's very rare a player goes somewhere and dogs the city they're in, but he's talking good. He's saying he's loving it more and more being in Buffalo. He's embracing the fans, embracing everything, the culture, whatever. So that's good. But it's not uncommon for a player, especially a guy with a big contract. He's not going to say, I don't like it. I highly doubt that's ever going to happen, but I do believe him. I'm not saying I don't believe him. I'm just saying that's pretty common.
But hearing that he's a team captain, knowing all the other guys that are in the locker room that could have been named team captain,
100%,
is telling me that the players believe he's fully bought into this team.
100%. I think Poyer came out, I want to say yesterday, he did an interview and he said when he talks, you listen. I'm talking about Von Miller, and hell yeah, you do. You're a guy that's won a Super Bowl twice, something that the Buffalo Bills, most
Super
of the
Bowl
players,
MVP.
yeah, and most of the players are still trying to get a Super Bowl on this team. So yeah, hell yeah, and not only did he win a Super Bowl, he's one of the best to do it at his position. So yeah, you're going to definitely listen to what he has to say. Okay?
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame when he's done.
Oh, 100%.
End of the day.
100%.
So yeah, you definitely listen to him.
Going to this game, Mikey.
Yeah.
We're traveling to SoFi. What's your thoughts now? Today's Monday. We are a few days away. You feeling good? Feeling confident?
I am.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'll tell you why I'm excited. Ken Dorsey and Aaron Kromer.
Yeah.
Like our defense came out, was ready to go week 1 last year and almost won the game for us. Anyways, we came out sluggish on offense.
Yeah.
And you know why we were sluggish on offense? It's because our offensive line wasn't ready.
Correct. Well,
Aaron Kromer is the X factor.
Yeah.
Super slow punter. Getting one blocked.
And Dable wasn't again, he wasn't mixing it up. He was stuck in his ways, like what he does. But I totally agree with you on that. And I think I said this to you last week. Like we're finally, the offensive line at least, the whole team really, but we're finally going into a regular season with our full offensive line, like our starting offensive line. And it's a positive thing. Like nobody is sick going in or has broken, like everybody's a go. And it's awesome to hear. And like you said, with the addition of Kromer, getting these guys to play the right way. Bobby Johnson wasn't getting these guys play the right way. He just wasn't.
We have all pro left guard now too.
Oh,
Saffold.
I know, man.
We got a super chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Chewy, go ahead.
What's the greatest positional matchup in the game? Go Bills.
Go ahead, Mike.
What I think mine the biggest matchup, Von Miller versus Noteboom. If they have to slide that guard out to help Noteboom or put a tight end to chip or running back to chip on Von Miller, that's going to leave more one-on-ones for Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Settle, Phillips, Rousseau, those guys.
Yeah.
If they have to do any more to stop Vaughn than just let their left tackle, because Andrew Whitworth retired. Their Pro Bowl left tackle retired, and they replaced him with Noteboom. If Noteboom can't hold Von Miller, that's going to be the X factor of the game, because Von Miller will cause wreak havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, I got to go with Mikey on this one too. That's a huge loss for them. They're going with the new guy, Von Miller. He's probably going to feast on this guy. I'm going to be honest with you. Like
they also have a new right guard, I believe.
Yeah, even the best of the best that do it have a problem with Von Miller. Like, he's a tough guard. And you got this young dude coming. I think it's going to be bad. I think it better be
a quick pass game.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you. I think if I had a guess, they're going to probably try to get Stafford to get rid of the ball a little quicker than usual this game. Who's the matchup with Cup? Do you know? Is it Dane?
No, Cup Elon? Usually. I mean, they're going to move Cup all around, but he spent the majority of his time in the slot.
So it's going to be Taron.
It'd be Taron Johnson versus.
So I don't mind that.
I have a feeling they're going to try to get Cup matched up against Kyer and
just to test them.
Yep, Kyer and Benford to test them to see how which is fine because
that's fine.
In the slot, he has a free release. You can't jam him. If they move him outside, now our two young big corners, physical corners, can get physical with him. That's a positive for us.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love Cooper Kupp, he's not a physical receiver.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. And the way I saw the way Kyer played in college and what I've seen so far in preseason, he's playing just as physical as he was in college. So it's not like he didn't back his game down a little bit. He's still playing that physical cornerback role. And Benford, like I said, he's the most surprising one. He is, man, like he is physical. And I don't mind. Listen,
he has a little bit more.
There's going to be,
too.
yeah, I think in this game, and I'm going to brace you guys, Bills Mafia out there, everyone listening, don't get super upset with penalties. There's going to be some penalties on these guys, Benford, Elam,
because they play physical.
They play physical, and it's not really such a bad thing. I'm going to be honest with you. If you go back to that Chiefs game, in the regular season, we got a couple penalties on us, but we were playing super physical at the line. I don't mind that. Sometimes the refs let it go. They don't always call those. So
Baltimore is a perfect example.
Yeah. Oh, exactly, 100%. But with Elam, especially with Elam and Benford, you got to remember too, they're going to make some mistakes out there.
Yeah,
for sure. They're going to get caught with some holding calls. It's okay. Like, these are all learning curves, but I think from what I saw in the preseason, they weren't getting there wasn't a lot of flags being thrown either with them. I think I saw a couple, but nothing crazy. So they for the most part, they played physical and didn't get penalties called. So that's good to know, right? That the refs aren't throwing these flags early on them. But I still expect a few. So don't get, like I said, don't get too worked up. Oh my God, this is their game. And I think it's how it's gonna go.
And the Chewy's comment says it's the timing of the flags that can be bad. Just know there's gonna be some times that they're gonna have third downs and they're gonna get called playing physical. It's gonna happen. It's gonna extend drives. We just have to be prepared that our defense is gonna bend but not break.
100%. But yeah, going back to the Stafford, I think their game plan, if I had to guess, was
run the ball and get the ball out quick. Early.
Yeah, get it out quick. So, which really benefits us because our corners play physical at the line, so they're going to be playing like right there. Oh, by the way, Levi Wallace is not starting in Pittsburgh. Did you hear that?
No, he's not.
No,
he got beat out.
Yeah, from what I heard today.
So,
So, and the reason why I went to that is because Levi played so, and like I said, I don't hate Levi like you, but he gave way too much cushion, and it's on these kind of games where the quarterback's getting the ball out quick, that much cushion turns into a lot of positive yards, and that it constantly happened with Levi Wallace. Constantly, way too much cushion.
Seconds happened because of Levi Wallace.
It happened because of a lot. I'm not going to just blame him. That was. We can get back into that.
You can blame whoever you want. I'm telling you. He was 15, 20 yards off and played the sidelines.
Yeah, well, I still think
gave the seam.
But
anyways,
a lot of
I'm regressing.
Yes, you are. So, now offensively for us, what do you think the game plan is going to be? If you had a guess, I mean, obviously,
run the ball.
You're guessing.
Run the ball, and hit the crossers is what I'm expecting.
Okay.
I have a feeling we come out and try to set the physical tone this year. I have a feeling the Bills want to be physical up front, and they're going to want to run the ball. Like I told you, my first play, I believe, is going to be one of those stretch lefts behind Saffold and Dawkins.
Yeah. I said this. I think somebody asked us what the first play is, and I said run. I have a feeling. Now, normally it would be pass, and it wouldn't shock me. But if I was a betting man, I would think the very first play will be a run. However, I also wouldn't hate if they just got Josh going early on some quick passes.
You know what's going to be? It's going to be something stupid like a screen pass. First play of the game, they're going to run a screen pass.
No, I mean, honestly, like the Rams are probably expecting us, and just like every NFL team is still going to expect us to be a pass-heavy team. Mm-hmm. And like to your point, I think we're going to try to be a little bit more well-rounded. I still think we're going to be a little bit more pass than run, but this won't be like a last year's team, 2021 or 2020. I think it's going to be very close to even. I really, truly believe that. You're going to be seeing a lot less of Josh Allen running. Like, I really think they're trying to go away from that. And yeah, man, I mean, I think Devin Singletary is going to have a good game, man. I think
he's going over 100.
Yeah, I just do, man. And I think Zach Moss is going to have a touchdown or two in the goal in the red zone. I think that's why he's RB2. I think he had a really good preseason. He's 100% healthy now. And listen, there's no tougher critic than me on Zach Moss. Like, I was a tough critic, but what I saw in preseason, he looks back to form.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good positive thing for the Buffalo Bills. So I really hope that he takes that preseason Zach Moss and he puts it to the regular season, because we're going to need him in the red zone. We struggled at time. You know that, Mike. That beginning of the season, I think we had we were 1 for 5 against Pittsburgh to open up the season on the red zone. It was terrible. Like, that should never be, right? And that's because we weren't running the ball in the red zone,
and our offensive line got beat.
Yeah, so it was just really tough, and Dable couldn't really mix it up. Defenses were reading that. We were bad in the beginning, but as the season went on, Ryan Bates came in. You saw the red zone start to improve, right? Like, the numbers. I think we went from being one of the worst. I think we wound up being like top 10 or somewhere around there.
We did.
So it turned around, but as you can see, it started with the offensive line. Like, that's where it got going, and Devin Singletary got going. So now teams have to play the run. They weren't doing that in the beginning because our offensive line was so miserable. They knew that if we ran, they stuff us. So we weren't running. So I think this year is a totally different look. It's a totally different look now that we got a healthy offensive line and Roger Saffold and a second-year Spencer Brown, and Deion Dawkins 100% healthy. Mitch Morris healthy, right? Ryan Bates officially a starter.
Questenberry as our 6th offensive lineman, who's solid.
Who's a dog too. He's a dog too. It was a dog in Tennessee. So we got good rotational guys too to come in if a guy goes down or different situations. Also, Reggie Gilliam, who's a very good blocker when he's in there. I don't mind him on red zone plays either at the goal line. Yeah. Have him in there, block for Moss or Singletary. Would probably be Moss. But, yeah, man, I think we're going to be a little bit more well-rounded, Mikey.
Daniel Gargs comes in and asks, how do I know the coaches didn't tell Levi to play that way? Because both McDermott and Frazier came out and said it was an execution error. But I'll leave it at that, and we'll move on from that game. That's why I say I put it on Levi, because both the coaches came out and said it was an execution error. But down to Chewy's comment, which is which Bills receiver should shine in the game. I have a feeling it's going to be Gabe Davis. I have a feeling Davis is going to, because I have a feeling they're going to put Ramsey on Diggs. If they don't, Diggs is going to have a huge game. So I have a feeling they're going to put Ramsey on Diggs. I have a feeling Davis is going to, Davis and McKinnon.
Yeah, he doesn't have good numbers against Ramsey either. I got to tell you that.
He ate Ramsey up in the last time we played him.
His average is not good. They said it the other day. I forget what I got.
But he played a lot of them when he was in Minnesota. The last time he played him, I think he had like 5 for like 70 or 80 in a touchdown.
You're talking about in the 2020 game?
Yeah. He put Ramsey in a spin cycle and caught a touchdown on him.
Mm-hmm. But I still think I'm going with Gabe too.
Because outside of Ramsey, can you name one of their corners?
No, I not offhand. I'd have to look at their depth chart and tell you I know that.
I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad by any means.
I could tell you who else. I could tell you who else might have a good game. He's not a receiver, but he's tight end. Dawson Knox, who's coming off a bounce back year from last year. Looked very good. He did tight end camp again, tight end university or whatever. He's 100% healthy. You got to remember too, he had the hand situation.
Yeah.
Which was, I believe, last year.
Yep.
Now that
he broke his hand in Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly. They did that touchdown pass to Josh or the extra point or whatever. But he's back, and I think he's going to play a big role in this offense. So look for Knox to have a big game too. But as far as receiver, I think I got to go with Mikey on this. I mean, Dick's good, but I'm going to go Gabe Davis because I think they're going to be a little bit more, maybe even doubles on Diggs. Like, they're going to be concentrating a little bit more on his side. Also, I mean, a sneaky one could be McKenzie.
Yep.
Could be. I'm being honest with you
I don't know who their slot is.
Yeah, he could be a sneaky, listen, when we played the Patriots, McKenzie was a dog, and they weren't, their whole concentration was on Diggs, right, and Davis, and McKenzie just balled out, man. So can't leave McKenzie open. McKenzie's starting to feel it with Josh. Like they are getting on a very comfortable connection. Like Josh is totally good with him. Crowder, I don't. He's going to do something, but he ain't going to do much. I just don't see it happening. But I could be, you never know.
We'll see. Josh is going to throw it to the open guy. How do you think they'll play Cup Thursday? Depends on where he's going to line up, because Cup lines up all over the place. If he plays in the slot, I can see it more. I can see us playing more man this game than we do a lot of other games. Because if they want to run the quick game, and our guys are more physical, and really they have Cup and Robinson, and then a bunch of like depth guys, because Van Jefferson's not playing this week. So
now I know and Stafford's a little banged up, correct, Mikey?
No, they say he's 100% healthy. He's ready to go.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what they say.
They're not going to not say.
Mike Tyson used to say, right? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
So we'll see.
He might be perfectly healthy until he gets wrecked by Von Miller coming around the edge.
Yeah, man. So quick question, just curious. Would you, more than likely we're kicking it, but let's say we win the coin toss, Mikey. Are you deferring, or you want to get going on offense?
No, we're deferring.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're deferring and going at it right away. Showcasing the defense. Yep. Showcasing the new defense, man. So kick returner. McKenzie, you comfortable right now this season with him? I mean, because I know last season you were like,
no. I love the guy's a receiver. He scares the hell out of me on returns. I mean, he flat out just dropped the ball.
I know that was so, but that game was. Other than that,
it was a snowball game. It was a snowball game.
Yeah. Other than that game, he didn't make too many crucial mistakes.
But he also didn't get very many chances out other than that game. So,
but but you gotta think that he asked for another chance at this, correct? At some point I would assume. Because they weren't having him kick return after that game, so he had to have earned some kind of trust again, right? In camp or something.
Like he didn't even return anything until week 3. So maybe they just tried everyone, said, "Okay, McKenzie, looks like it's going to be you, buddy."
But we're not putting you in punt return, pal.
Nope. Shakir's got too good of hands.
Yeah.
And he makes a smart play.
Yeah. So, Mikey, what is your opening day, Thursday night, I should say. What's Mikey's plans? What's Mikey doing? Like, what is your setup for game day?
Okay,
what do you normally, like, how does your game days go?
Normally, it depends on what time the game kicks off. If it's a 1:00 game, that's 10:00 my time. So I get up, I eat breakfast, and I'm ready for the game. If it's later, then I watch a bunch of football and get all juiced up, waiting for the Bills to game. I get antsy, which I hate, because I just want the Bills to play and get it over with. Because I'm a neurotic fan, but I have to be by myself.
Yeah.
I'm by myself, watch it by myself, get mad because I do. I'm one of those fans that gets deep involved in the games.
Yeah.
What
about you guys?
What about you guys?
What's your in the chat? What's your guys like? What is you? Do you prefer to go to? Do you prefer to go to the game if you live in Buffalo? Do you prefer to go to a bar? Do you prefer to be home with friends, or do you prefer, like Mikey, to be at home by yourself? In his basement.
I need to be in my feelings. All right, I'm in my feelings when the Bills play. I can't be around people.
What about food? I'm curious. What about that?
I eat good.
I mean, do you eat at halftime? Do you eat before?
Depends on the time. If it's like an early morning game, I'll eat breakfast before. If it's a late game, I'll usually wait until halftime or after, to find out if I'm eating my sorrows or not.
So most of the time,
Chewy's with me.
Yeah,
he's got to watch alone too. Get my feelings, man.
I am 100, bro. I am the same way. I am exactly what Mike. I sit in my living room. I don't invite any friends over. Don't bother me. Don't call me. My phone. Now I'll text Mikey back and forth, but I won't take a phone call. Like unless
Yeah,
it's
me neither.
halftime or something like that. Like, and I don't want any distraction, even though it has nothing to do with the physical game. But in my mental mind, like I feel like it would be like bad luck if somebody came over or something. Like even though it has
Oh,
nothing
see,
to do
mine's
with
not
it.
that. Mine's just
Yeah,
under my feelings.
I have weird. No, I'm mentally weird like that. Like I swear, man. Like I'll be like, oh, like I'll just blame somebody or something because they something bad happened. I'm like, if you didn't come in the living room, like
Oh
I'm
no,
a
not that's
psycho.
not how it is for
No,
us.
I'm psycho, man. So I also scream a lot. I have my windows open, so my neighbors probably think I'm psycho. Because I'll scream both ways. I'll scream, fuck, like, okay, woo. I'll say the big F word when we score a
Yep.
touchdown, right? That's my go-to word when we score. F yeah, right? And so I have to sit back down because I'm seeing stars. Up.
Tell him he's making his blood pressure go up and down when he's almost passing
Dude,
out.
I'm dead serious, dude. And then when we do something bad, I'm like, what the hell are you thinking? So like I'm always screaming for the most part.
Yep.
And then so I normally eat early in the morning, something small, and then halftime I already have something planned, like food delivered or so don't mess me up. And then boom, right back to the game, man. So that's my preparation for the game.
I tell my wife and my daughter, I'll see you in a few hours. So they know to leave me alone. They don't come check on me if they hear screaming and yelling or banging or anything. They just like, dad's in his zone, and I'll come out if we're winning at halftime. I'll come out and I might get something to eat or pick something up or say hi. If we're losing, I usually stay back in the room because it's not their fault we're losing. I don't want to take it out on them. And I'm in my feelings.
Yeah,
I'm in a bad mood.
Right, dude. I've seen you in bad moods too. Like I've texted Mikey during games where we just we're not playing well. Mikey's quiet. I noticed. Like I don't see you. Or sometimes you'll text me something like, like what the F are they doing? Or something like, but I never call you, so I don't know.
No,
like,
I
don't plan
I won't take
to.
a call. I won't take a call.
Yeah, I don't either, dude. I get mad when people call me like, you don't know that we're freaking playing football. And by the way, though, when we were not the best team
Tommy
in the
needs
world,
a seatbelt. Yes, he does.
I do. That's why, you guys, I can't do no play-by-play.
Yeah, I'm
because
like I tried to do that last year with Mario on hashtag. Like Mario said, I'll never do one with you again. I'm like, I'll never do one again because when Josh slipped, I flipped out. If you go back and watch that play-by-play with Mario, I did, and Josh slipped, I'm like, what the? I almost lost my cool. I'm like,
I couldn't do it in general because I'm telling you guys, like they would be laughing at me, but I'm not paying attention to the computer screen. I would be looking at the game, screaming and yelling.
It would be entertaining, though.
It would be. But yeah, you guys don't want to see me in that state.
Oh, maybe we do. That sounds very entertaining. If we're losing, I definitely want to see you inside because that might bring a smile to my face.
No, man. And you know what's weird though, Mikey? I remember because when we were in our terrible days at Buffalo Bills, all our games used to be won on Sunday. That's normally where they put, the bad teams play normally.
Yeah.
Like we never had primetime games or like good slot game. Like always won on
our primetime game was a Thursday night game against the Jets for Color Rush.
Right. So now it's just so different, Mikey, because now it's like all crazy times, right? So think about it. So
we don't have very many 1:00 games.
No. So this year, Thursday we open, right? 8:20, whatever, 8:30. And then boom, we play Monday night. A week after that. It's like bam,
it's gonna be a long break between Thursday night and the Monday night game.
I don't mind.
We better win Thursday night.
It's gonna be the roughest shows, man. It's gonna be rough, man.
Tim, I'm with you, buddy. I'm off Friday too.
Yeah, I work from home like Mikey does, but I'm taking the night off work Thursday so I can come on here. By the way, guys, if you don't know, 7:00. I already scheduled it. We will do a live pregame show, maybe half an hour or so.
Yeah.
and then we'll be doing a post-game show, and
Right
it's probably gonna be late, more likely 11:45-ish, 12. I don't know. So if you guys want to tune in, it's already scheduled. Just hit the remind. I think there's like a remind button, and it'll pop
notification bell.
Yeah, notification or remind or something. So we'll be here. Other than that, Mikey, any last thoughts on Thursday night games before we go live?
No, I'm so excited for it. I know the chat's excited for it. Most of Bill's Mafia is ready to kick this thing off. It's going to be a good year. We know it's going to be a good year. Like, I can't remember I was excited going into last year, but I don't think I was as excited as I am this year going.
Right. It's just a different. That's what I was telling you.
Because last year we talked about it. Last year we just basically ran it back. We didn't add. This year we added. We added to the offensive line. We added Von Miller. We went out and got some corners. We brought in some new coaches on the offensive side.
Oh, dude, yes.
Aaron Cromer. I have such high regard for Aaron Cromer and what he's been able to do in this league, and to know now he's in charge of our offensive line. I feel like we're going to get the best out of all of our guys. He knows how to push the right buttons. You have to remember, if we go back to when Cromer was here last time, we had a top 3 run game.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm with you, Mikey, on that. Like last year, exactly what you said. We kind of ran it back. The players we signed were just what most
they weren't impact guys.
Yeah, or they were players we already had, like Feliciano, Daryl Williams. You know what I mean? There wasn't anything that was like, man, I can't wait to see this guy in the field this year. He's going to be destructive. This season, even though a lot of the players are the same, we also have a lot of new faces at the same time and new coaches, like Mikey said, not just with Cromer, but Ken Dorsey taking over, which is exciting for me because I've been preaching for Dorsey.
Joe Brady.
You got Brady, you got Shula. Just a lot going on, man, with this team.
And then on the defense, we not only brought in Von Miller, but we also brought in Tim Settle and Daquan Jones,
Jordan Phillips,
brought back Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson. Like the areas that we were weak last year that I thought, like, man, that we didn't get anything out of Vernon Butler, we didn't get anything out of Starr. Like, we upgraded in those areas. We thought we needed better corners. We found that out at the end of the year. We, as Kansas State threw all over us, we went out and brought in, Elam, and then Benford's been a surprise. Dane Jackson seems to have picked up where he left off last year, which I thought he played fantastic in. Trey's absent. We still have our 2 linebackers. We still have our 2 safeties, across the board. And then on offense, okay, we lost Emmanuel Sanders and Cole Beasley, but Isaiah stepped up and was good. Gabe stepped up, which he played fantastic at the end of last year anyways. And then we brought in Crowder, who's a great slot and play outside. And then we drafted Shakir, who is just another great late round find. Yeah, so 100%, I feel better because we're younger with some of our core guys as well. We got younger on that side of the ball as well, and then we brought in Cook as well, along with the new O lineman because we brought in Saffold and Quessenberry. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, man,
it's a different team.
It is. It really. It's the same but different. It's hard to explain, but it's just like. And it just seems like they all bought in too. Like they seem like they all bought into the system. I don't hear I don't hear any like chatter in the that somebody's not getting along with somebody, or like everybody has one goal in mind. It's a Super Bowl.
Do you remember at the end of last year when we did our closing conference and we said, okay, what are the areas we need to get better this offseason? I feel like we checked marked every single one of them.
100%. It was
the only one I wasn't is kick returner. I'm still not comfortable with McKenzie, but
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a better punter in Sam Martin. We hit our D line. We retooled that with Daquan and Phillips and Settle. We got a premier pass rusher in Vaughn. On the offensive line, we got Saffold. And then we know Quessenberry can play any of the 4 positions as depth guys. Receiver, we expected Dave the step up. We drafted Shakir. McKenzie stepped up. So like running back, we got another speed guy in Cook. So like we did everything that was on our checklist.
Chewy wants to know the final score, and there's some people with some predictions. So go ahead, Mikey. I think I already said it, but but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sitting right around 31 or 35, and for Bills, and then I'm guessing between 17 and 24. If it's 35, I can see it 35-24. I can see it 31-17.
So I'm going
one of those two.
Yeah, I'm the same one, Mike. I'm either around that 34-37 Bills, 16-17 for the Rams.
I just think of like a late touchdown with us already up. We always tend to give up that late touchdown.
Chewy has it close, which is fine. I mean, I don't, but I think we're going to put up more than 24.
I think we're dropping 30 plus almost every week.
Yeah, Pomorda, that's kind of a score I would normally give. I'll be honest with you. And you're going to listen, by the way, you will hear a lot of 40s with me moving forward. But I think this game, like I said before, I'm in around that 34-37 range, which is really close to the 40. But
yeah,
that's
which
where
could very easily be 40 if we catch one of those defensive touchdowns.
Yeah. David wants to go undefeated, period.
Tommy thinks we're going
undefeated. I predicted it, David. A homer that I am, even though I've never done that in my life. And I know it's very tough to do. I just think
especially with our schedule this year.
I just think they're all winnable games. It's the only reason I
if we can get through this first stretch undefeated, we got a shot at it.
Chris says 42-34. So I don't think we're going to give up 34 points, though. I don't mind the score, the 42.
All right.
David
comes in and says 44-13.
See, yeah, I respect that. That. Why coming in 30? Ooh, he has it close. So you have a what, a field goal for the win? A bass winner?
Or we're up 10 and they score a late touchdown.
Right. And they try to go with the onside kick and Micah Hyde recovers. So our good old gotta have do we still have Micah Hyde on onside?
I imagine he's part of that.
Or do you have Shakir now?
No, I bet you they're both on the hands team.
I'm still going with Micah Hyde. I trust him the most when it comes to onside kicks. If that ever happens.
That guy's just so ridiculously talented, Micah. He's so ridiculously talented.
He is, man. Other than that, guys, do you have anything else to add before we get out of here? We'll answer any questions you guys might have. If you guys,
if not, come visit us on Thursday for pregame. We'll do a quick 30-minute pregame.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim comes in. Says, how many picks does the defense get? I think 2.
That's a great question.
I think 2 picks. And I don't want to call them picks. I think there's going to be 2 turnovers. I don't know if it's going to be picks or fumbles. I think we get 2 turnovers on defense.
I think we get – that's a great question. I'm going to go 3 turnovers. I'm going to go a fumble recovery and 2 interceptions.
Okay.
And I think interceptions because, listen, I believe Stafford led the league last year in interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. He had like 17 or 19. So he does throw interceptions. It's not like he's like Mr. Careful with the ball. Especially if our defensive line is getting pressure on him, that means he's going to probably be doing some.
And I think our rookie gets one. One of our rookies get one.
Exactly. So I just think he's going to, and not only that, they may be down so much where they're taking chances at the end, where we wind up getting a pick like a Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, where he's trying to go deep just to make a play happen because they're down quite a bit, and that's where we're going to start to feast. So I think we're going to have a fumble recovery and a couple interceptions.
And I think that fumble recovery is going to be a sack fumble that Miller causes.
I totally agree. Totally agree with the sack fumble. It's great. More Bills fans or Rams fans at the game. I say Bills Mafia takes over sci-fi. You know what's funny? Jordan Phillips, they asked Jordan Phillips, I forget what the question was, something like, what do you guys feel about the away game or something? And he said, well, how do you know it's not going to be like a home game? So it's true because we travel very well. But I will say this: it is.
I think if there's going to be more Ram fans, I think Bills fans are going to be louder. So it's going to feel like there's more Bills fans.
Yeah, I can agree with that, especially if we're up pretty good. I think the Rams fans will wind up bouncing. They don't want to see their team getting rolled on. But early on, You'll hear the Rams fans because they're going to have their ceremony and all that. They're definitely going to show up. I don't think
Yeah,
Mafia.
they're raising the banner. You know,
But
they're
we
showing
will be there 100%. We're every game, but I think as the game goes on and the Bills are up, is when you'll start seeing those, because it's Los Angeles. You know how that is. They got things to do other than football, and they'll be bouncing early.
60 what? David, 60. It says 60 for Josh Allen.
60.
Oh, yeah. Those personal fans. Yeah, his family and friends are coming down. So 60 of them are going to be from Josh Allen's friends and family coming to support him from his hometown.
And I'm sure, that's right. Fireball. Yeah. And I'm sure listen, they're all going to,
have people there.
They're all going to have people there. But I still think, like I said, it's a ceremony. There'll be more Rams, obviously.
Fans didn't show up to their parade.
Well, they were, they did, but I heard they were late, or there wasn't a lot, or it was something crazy. But this is Los Angeles, Mikey. This is LA.
It's
know
corporate.
How this goes.
It's corporate.
Yes.
Most of the people that are there aren't diehard like Bills. It's a corporate thing. They take their clients to games, and
it's just like Miami. Like Dolphin fans are the same way. I'm not saying all Dolphin fans. I'm just saying a lot of them. If you ever watch those games, they just don't show up, or they leave early. And I get it. It's hot, but it is what it is. San
Francisco fans are the same way.
Yeah, they're just not dying.
So those big cities.
Yeah.
But like they said, the Bills Mafia, and maybe I'm just, even though I'm in California, I just do so much of Bills content that I just feel like I'm in a smaller town, and I feel like, because I interact with all you guys, that I'm just always part of that. I feel like it's more of like a college town type of atmosphere, Like we love our Bills. Everything is Bills related. I don't think like, oh, well, let's, like I don't do anything in California anyway. So, it is what it is.
All right. So any other questions you guys got for us before we bounce on out of here?
Nope. It looks like, there was one. Why comes in, it's not questions, is he thinks Oliver is going to rumble for a TD. Peralta came in and said 4 sacks.
That's not crazy. I'll be honest. I definitely think Von Miller gets 1 to 2. He's going to get 1.
I think Oliver gets 1.
I think Oliver gets 1. I think Jordan Phillips gets 1. Just because
I bet you Rousseau cleans up 1.
Yes. Look for Rousseau to have a good year, man. I'm telling you guys. He bulked up. Man, the dude, if you guys haven't seen, he's like looking big. Like he's starting to become like a man. Like I still see Rousseau as like this kid, right? Because kind of he's like a giant kid, right? And he's still like becoming this edge guy, right? Like it's still a new position to him. He's still gaining the weight, still gaining the muscle. And I just think it's all coming together.
And he's finally learning, and Vaughn's teaching him all his little tricks.
Yeah.
What Vaughn say? He's feeding them gunpowder and gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Ed Oliver too.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver too. I think Ed Oliver.
Milano off the edge. I can see him getting one. Like I can really see us walking out of there with 6-7 sacks. I really can.
It's very possible. I don't think the run game, by the way, I think any team, I'll be honest with you, they're going to have a tough time with
running against this front.
Oh, dude. Listen, the one problem I saw last year, not only do the players not really play good, but we didn't have a lot of weight, right? We kind of got bullied around. Yeah, we got bullied a lot, right? Like Starr came in weighing less. Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he had his COVID thing, and he was not only weighing
this year.
Yes. Now I wish, bro, I'm gonna do it as a homework assignment for myself, but I'm gonna put all the weight. I'm just curious, all the weight we had last season on that line compared to this season. I'm just very curious on how much more weight we're talking, because I'm telling you, Mikey, it's up there. It has to be up there. But we bulked up and got better. Not only are they bigger players, like you said, Tim Settle, young dude from Washington, who they knew what they had. They couldn't find a spot on him because they had really good talent there. And the fans were upset to see him go. So it's not like he's this draft pick that didn't work out and good luck with him.
No, he was just behind 4 first-round picks.
That's it. And then you got Daquan Jones, who's been a solid player in this league.
We finally have a true one tech.
Yes. And then you got Jordan Phillips, who I'm telling you guys, he's on I'm telling
He's
you
on a
right now,
mission.
Mike.
He's on
a mission. He's on a different level, man.
Yeah.
Like mentally. I'm telling you. Same with Shaq. I think Shaq too. I think they both have something to prove by
They
coming
bring
back
that
to
nasty
Buffalo.
back to Buffalo too.
They
It's
do,
what
and
we
they're
were missing.
excited. And they're excited. They like playing here. You know what I mean? That's a good.
Yep. Well, let me go back to the chat real quick.
Go ahead.
You're right. Don't be nervous. Be excited. Be in the moment. Enjoy what we're about to watch.
Yeah, don't be nervous, and not at all. Ain't not. Listen, I think I said this last year too. Like on some games, I'm like, yo, this is a game where you don't need to be nervous. I don't think I'm gonna be like I told Mikey. That's why I predicted. I think every game is a winnable game this season. Every game, because I believe in his team.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think this is not a typical year for the Buffalo Bills, right? You could see the steps that we've made each season under the McDermott and Bean era. I think now you can actually sit back, watch the game, know that we're probably going to win. Like I don't stress it too much. Just go in there confident.
Don't be nervous about it.
Yeah,
enjoy it.
Man. This
the worst part about some of the seasons that we've had the last 2 years is I didn't enjoy them enough. I was too nervous watching them. This year, I'm going to enjoy the ride.
Yes, enjoy it. 100% enjoy it. Have fun with it. Yeah, I heard that about Diggs too, talking about Rousseau.
Yeah.
I believe that too, man. Man, he's just a monster, dude.
He is. He is. And Allen in a dome, he doesn't have to worry about the wind.
Oh, dude.
Right. Josh kills in domes.
Oh, dude. I that's why I was saying, man, I wish we had even though I know Bills Mafia loves it, I get it. I do. But Josh Allen plays so good in those stadiums, man. Like he just does. He's a different player, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember too, your feet are better because you're not slipping and sliding in the snow, right? You could throw the ball with no wind affecting your pass. I mean, everything goes smoothly in a dome, man.
And you got it. You're right. Anytime you need to hear it, come on here. We'll keep ourselves accountable. Me and Tommy have talked about it. We're like, you know what? We're not going to get overworked this season. We're going to sit back and enjoy the season. 100%. Greg Thompson from Cover One probably says it the best. He's probably the one who's got my mindset right. Listening to him talk about how we can talk ourselves into anxiety and not enjoying the games. We need to sit back, relax, and accept that the Bills are finally good. We, as Bills Mafia, were programmed from years and years and years of heartbreak, not to always expect for that other shoe to drop. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going in expecting positives and ready to watch us smash people.
Right. Yes. That's awesome, man. I believe that, man. Like it, Mikey, real quick before you go, because it is a good question. I just thought about it now. This is the first time in a long, long time that the Buffalo Bills are favored to go to the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl, go to Super Bowl. Do you like that, or do you rather still be the underdog?
Nope, because I like what I'm hearing from the team. The team said, we're always think we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, it doesn't matter what the pundits say. Do I like that we're finally getting recognition? Yes, from the pundits.
Mm-hmm.
From me, it doesn't matter one way or the other. I want to hear what the team's saying, and everything that's coming out from the locker room is no one has higher expectations for this team than we do. That's what I want to hear. I'm good with it. Let the rest of them talk about it. They can, if we drop a game or 2 games or whatever, and they want to talk about how the Bills aren't as good as them, they can talk all that they want. That's why I don't do a whole lot of the big media, because they're just for clicks. Most of what I watch is content creators, fans, the guys who actually follow the team and understand that aren't there for ratings. They're there to, for therapy. That's what we are. We're therapy.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, it's what it's about. Vegas picks their favorites,
but it's because we're so good, because we're so deep. We're deep.
Right. Not only are we deep, we got good coaching. You know what I mean? Like I
Great
said it
front
a long
office.
Yeah, bro. I said it a long time ago. I said it on Saturday's show too, because we were talking about the Dolphins, and we're talking about their new coach. And somebody made a good point in the chat saying, "Well, he's a rookie head coach. It's going to take a minute to kind of, get that chemistry, get that, everything with the players and all that. And it's a great point. And I always say, it starts from the top, right? But not only it starts from the top, when you get your coach, when you get the GM, when you get the coach, and all the players, like those coaches and the owner have to all link together. You could have a good coach and a good GM, but if they don't see eye to eye, then you got this tug of war going on, right? And I felt like Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott coming from Carolina, it was just it worked out so beautiful for the Bills because they
see things
very
the same
small.
way.
Yeah, and the owner is kind of not hands off, but he's understanding like, hey, I trust you guys with this, so that connects the link, right?
Because let's be honest, it's Kim. Kim runs the team, and she lets the football people do football stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like, we just kind of got lucky that way, like I said, because look at all of the teams that have all this chaotic stuff going up, right? And it's usually with the coach or GM or the owner, right?
Go back to the Ariza issue. That could have thrown a monkey wrench into things, and it wasn't. They handled it quickly together, and they moved on.
Yep.
And you know what? It's not really talked about that much anymore within the expectations. Everyone talked about, is that going to derail the Bills this year?
No. Yeah, it was
but it could have lingered.
100%. But
I mean, look at the Dolphins mess.
Oh yeah, who knows? Like that's why the guy made a good point about new rookie coach with Greer, who's their GM, who's, to be honest with you, I don't know why he's their GM. So now you got another coach coming in. Are you guys going to be on the same page? It's going to take a minute. It's just the way it works, right? And you got a new system. These players got to buy in. That's another thing too, buying into the system, right?
We've had the same coach.
And the same coach, same
5 years.
Don't forget about coordinators.
Yeah,
because when you get a new coach, you usually bring a new coordinator. So now they're going to go to the San Francisco, style offense. Who knows? I have no idea what they're going to be like, but it takes some time. With the Bills, even though we got a new coordinator in Dorsey, he's been there, right? He knows what Allen likes. He knows the players. He knows the personnel, right? So I don't think there's going to be any problem. If anything, it's going to get better because I think they trust Dorsey. By the way, did Dorsey officially announce that he's going in the box? I
haven't heard. Everyone's saying he better be in the box. Like Butch Davis came on One Bills Live and said he should be in the box.
Put his ass in the box.
He's like, you don't want him down on the sidelines. The guy gets too hyped up. Put him in his cage.
In general, I'll be honest with you. I've always liked coaches in the box. I just do. I mean, I know Frazier loves being
I understand. I like the offensive coaches in the box. I like the defensive guys on the sidelines because sometimes they have to draw it up quickly.
That's true. Yeah, I guess. I still think they see so much more up there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's just my personal taste. Yes, they do. Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey. So, guys, once again, we are scheduled. If you guys go to Mafia Sports Report, you will see the scheduled show Thursday, 7:00. We'll be going live. And then you'll see the scheduled show for right after the game.
And then the post game will be more like our Friday Night Lights, as we won't be going live this Friday.
Right.
Because we'll be doing 2 shows on Thursday, and there will be no game for us, as in we usually, the Friday Night Lights is our preview show. So come join us on Thursday before the game. Join us after the game to be elated as the Bills win the season opener. And Tommy, it's the time for the best outro in the business.
That it is. All right, guys. See you later. Peace out. Go Bills. Peace.
Go Bills.
And look at it go. He could go all the way. Touchdown.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now. The Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now. Come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Go.
The Bills make me want to shout. Go Bills. See you guys on Thursday. Peace.